This is Paul. I'm just reading this dictionary. They have what's called a chapel. A place to worship, usually contained in a church, a small place of meditation or devotion. Then there's a chapter, one of the major divisions of book, a branch of a fraternity, religious order, or society. Now, there are those that thought, well, we'll just fish the population or lizard the population. We'll take control of the mouths of those that are citizens so that we don't have to hear what they have to say. But I happen to have one of those tongues that has been used in ways that most people never ever considered using their tongue as. Now, when you use your tongue to speak in tongues and sing in tongues, sing with your understanding of singing in the spirit, it causes a certain amount of muscle growth to take place in the tongue itself, and it could be that the sheriff or the police departments just don't like it when a citizen tells them they're going to enforce the laws of the United States. Now, I did spend approximately 5 years at Northwest College, a Pentecostal school, an Assembly of God school, where Mike Van Proyn went to school and got his bachelor's degree and quite possibly his master's of divinity degree. As I remember it, he was pursuing higher education. Now, for every tongue-talking Christian that got baptized in the Holy Ghost, the whole concept of technology controlling their tongue talking so that they cannot edify their born again spirit man. See, when you make that confession of faith to Jesus and then you actually do what's necessary so as to have the experience of being full of God, any and all systems that interfere with the glossolalia of those that are born again, tongue-talking, charismatic, Pentecostal Christians, it could be that the eating of the sermon's just not going to cut it. That the coming to find out what the pastor said is not going to work. Now, it makes it difficult to talk in tongues when you put clones on people. It makes it difficult when you put them on the lizard grid. Pooch! It makes it fucking hard when those in judiciaries and law enforcement don't understand that as the victim, I actually am in control. Now, for 20 years, I was a very active tongue talker, and I know that there are those that say, well, you need to go out and get a job, but I'll tell you this right now, your fucking systems that screwed up the faith of those that are charismatic are going to result in you being put in prison for all different kinds of war crimes. Now, there are a lot of fraternal orders. I myself had worked for Aid Association for Lutherans, one of the largest fraternal organizations in the nation, and at that time I was selling life insurance to Lutherans as a tongue-talking Christian, pooch, because I had grown up Lutheran and been baptized and confirmed Lutheran. And then there was the whole concept of, I went to an Assembly of God college. I got a bachelor's degree in organizational management. I spent years and years and years wanting to be a revivalist, and somebody thought they were going to fuck me out of my constitutional rights. As an American, I just want to know all the fraternal societies, all those organizations that have chapters, and if you could go through every web page and every website of every chapter of every fraternal organization and society, I'd like to know who their members are. Pooch. Now, if the chiefs of police of the fraternal brotherhood of those that are in law enforcement wouldn't mind turning their fucking shit off, I'd like to sue every chief of police in every city of the United States that has any knowledge of the crime of violating my constitutional rights. Now, I don't give a fuck if you have a badge on, you stupid motherfuckers. I'm going to sue every fucking cop in every city. Now, I actually am that Christian that spent 20 years praying in tongues. things. And if there's one thing that I'm sure of, that my spirit, man, is strong. Now, some people say, is your flesh weak? Well, really not that much. I spent decades of having to go through the emotional roller coaster of tongue talking so that the Holy Ghost could work out of me all those lusts that so many of those that have lizards in their asses seem to have a problem with. Now, it could be, okay, that if you fucking turn your shit off and give me my sons, I'd like to put all you motherfuckers in prison. Do you understand who's in control today?